Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Vinland Saga Season 1, Episode 12. So, last time we had a pretty big religious talk with Thorfinn talking about the two different religions between theirs and Christianity and everything, um, and which one of their gods is better and stuff like that. It was a really fun talk. And then we had the whole fire thing that happened there, and we managed to get the prince back in our custody, and he or she took their helmet off right at the end. So hopefully now we'll get to see and learn finally whether I'm right, because it looks like a woman, and by their reaction I feel the same way. But also they said like, oh, he looks so feminine. Like, are they just not getting it, or am I wrong? Is it just like a guy that looks, I talked about that being a possibility, because sometimes guys do look feminine, especially in anime. So we'll see. Looking forward to answers. And I also wonder, like, does Askeladd really care about, like, he kneeled and everything, and he did all that to rescue the prince? Does he care for the royalty of Norway that much, or is it like a play to get money or power or something? So we'll see. We're gonna start here, guys. In actually, hold on. Yep. Okay. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. I wanted to make sure that it was sometimes. There hasn't been many times, but there's been a couple times where I forgot to, like, when I load up the video, it plays for like a second before I pause it, and I forget to go all the way back to the beginning, and then it throws off my timer with your timer and everything. So I wanted to make sure it was at the beginning. It was. What went wrong? I have a big ol' zit on my face, and it's like the past couple days it's just been like a bump, but now I actually kind of feel like, you know, that feeling when you can tell that you can, like, probably pop it, and I know you're not supposed to. I'm trying not to, but I probably will end up picking at it stupidly. To be fair, I think I've, like, pretty much always popped my zits, and I don't have any, like, zit scars or anything, so. I almost wasn't sure if it was even a zit at first, like, because I was working outside and I had a bunch of bug bites and everything, and it was like, it's so big. I wasn't sure if it was like a bug bite or something, but I think the way it feels now, I think it is it. Probably the biggest one I've had in most of my life, honestly. Kind of crazy. I just spent the whole opening talking about the zit on my face. So that's fun. That happened. That's a very pathetic fishing run. Oh no. Let's go kill this poor man fishing. Ah. What about your horses? Yeah, right? Ah. Goodbye. Did he get paid? That guy's eyes always fuck with me. The ear. Damn, he can tell the amount too? Hauling ass. Uh-oh. We can't do that. Hmm. 2 weeks, jeez. Men of the sea aren't built for all this walking. Hmm. He has been a little. I want to know. Okay, so they're just assuming it's still a man. Maybe I should do that too. Maybe I'm just wrong. But at least they're acknowledging that he looks like a girl, so at least I'm not like a fool. But the question is, Is it secretly a girl? I've seen that storyline a lot. Ugh, I hate getting stuck in mud. There's one day we put one of our vehicles on the lawn because we needed like the driveway space, and then it rained a lot and we needed to get it out the next morning and it got stuck. It was like the worst experience trying to get it out. Jeez. Can't imagine being so tired that you fall asleep while you're walking. Oh. Hmm. Alright, do we luck out? Are they there? Oh. Looks like a couple people are there. Hmm. Very ominous music. Oh. Okay. They got people. They got boats. He a badass, maybe? Hmm. His Under Armour and everything looks a little similar to what Askeladd wears. Yeah, those boats were able to get him away. I like how they're trying to follow Thorfinn is what Thorkel's trying to do. Not the prince, not Askeladd, Thorfinn. I love that. I called it Norway. I meant Denmark, maybe the... I apologize for my lack of geographical knowledge and failure to remember things in the show. I messed up. Hmm. Okay. Nice. Wales. So it's the priest drinking in the background. I was like, it sounded like someone was like about to throw up, but was trying to hold it in, like, but no, it was just the. And then I saw the priest in the background just drinking. Hmm. Kind of a sounded like a guy voice actor, so maybe it is a man, or just faking a voice. I have yet to give in. I won't. You must prove it. No, I think I need to accept it for now. That it's most likely a guy. Guy's still drinking back there. Just oh, okay, a duel. I thought he was just moving on with the conversation and ignoring what Thorfinn just said to him. Gratianus. You look like a little bitch. Definitely doesn't seem, Hmm. I hope we learn more about the prince and why he's like this. Hmm. Well, you gotta earn respect if you want respect, and cowering behind someone when you're a leader is not very, Can't imagine too many people wanting to follow that, right? We just keep jumping back to these guys. Jeez. Well. Well, his religion is everything, and beer, alcohol, liquor. That's right, really, the thing that he cares about. Booze. Never heard of it. Is it some kind of food? No concept of love in there. I wonder if that's true. Like, historically accurate. It's interesting. Oh, someone's interested in this love thing. Interesting background music going on. Hmm. Ah. Nice. Excalibur. Why didn't we hear? Is it a setup, maybe? Hmm. No shit. He can tell. Oh, Thorfinn's so young but so skilled. Yeah. Man, so who set this trap up? Oh shit. Was it Thorkel, or... Or can he just tell that something's going down? Like, this madman can, like, sense the bloodlust of the air. What are you up to, King Swain? Is that... Yeah, that's, He's looking for Thorfinn, right? That's Leif, right? Leif Erikson? I guess it's been a decent amount of time. He had more hair last time we saw him, right? Oh, gee, that poor horse is screwed. So who orchestrated this? Will, someone the same age as the prince inspire the prince, maybe? Seeing him going into battle the way he does? That's it, isn't it? Yep. Alright, definitely a build-up episode, for sure, but I enjoyed it. I'm really curious, like... I don't know if we're just supposed to accept it for what it is, or it feels like I need more for me to, you know... That's the thing, is the show has surrounded us in these macho, masculine, strong, empowering men, you know, and then it shows a prince who's supposed to be a leader the way that Canute is. It really challenges your your expectations to be able to like the character, because nothing about the character makes me want to follow him or believe in him, or hell, I don't even know if I believe that it's a man, you know. But we heard the voice, and at least it sounded like a male voice actor. But maybe the reason why Canute whispers to Ragnar is because she puts on or they put the voice on every now and then, but can't say too much, or else the real voice will slip out. So then whispers to Ragnar. I don't know. It's a whole theory of that would make the weirdness and the delicate constitution and everything make more sense to me. But maybe it is just that's it. By the way, for episode 12. But maybe it is just a delicate constitution. You know, maybe that's just how he was born and how he was raised, and never had to experience the challenges of war in his life because he was maybe coddled a little bit. I don't know, but I wanted to look something up because I'm kind of I'm a little bit confused with the geography of things, because they've talked about Norway, right? But then they've talked about Norsemen, but then they call themselves Danish, and then they mention Denmark. I'm just really bad at geography, so let me just look up King Sweyn and see if I can so he was the king of Denmark. Okay. So who was the king of... That means Norway is a different place, right? There apparently are Norwegian Vikings. Looking some stuff up here. I'm just wondering if Denmark is a part of Norway and I'm just being dumb because I don't understand geography. Maybe that's what I should look up. Or if they... I think they might be separate. Because I thought, it seems like they talk about each other like they're the same. Did I actually accidentally change it to images? Crap. In the Viking Age, the present-day nations of Norway, Sweden, and Denmark did not exist. But the people who lived in what is now those countries were largely homogeneous and similar in culture and language. So the term Dane generally refers to the Vikings from Denmark, while Norse typically refers to Vikings from Norway. The Vikings in England. Oh, never mind. Okay, so apparently there are Norwegian Vikings, and then there are... Okay, so the ones we're following are Denmark. I just messed up with the... Because they've talked about Norway, Norsemen, and stuff like that. What do I have in my notes here? I thought I wrote down some king's name. Harold, King of Norway. Okay. I did write that down. The very first episode. My bad, guys. It's been 12 weeks since I watched it. So Harold's King of Norway. Sweyn is King of Denmark. And then we have England, who I can't... They probably said the king's name, but I can't remember it. Oh, Ethelred, right? Or is that the previous one? I have King Ethelred written down. I remember they mentioned there was um they mentioned there was a something about like a previous king of England doing like something special or being like an important figure, but like them not really liking the current one or something like that. And I don't remember if Ethelred is the previous one or the current one, but either way, I apologize for not having that part of the story like totally hammered down. I'm terrible at geography and stuff like that, and especially because things have changed too, so I wasn't sure if like Norway was another term for Denmark or something back then, but it seems like it was separate. So there is like the third faction in this war that they talk about of like Norway, but right now it's Denmark versus England from what I understand. Um, and then now we were introduced to Wales, which is like a separate faction that never really fell under the banner of England or Norway or Denmark, which kind of seem like the three big powers in play right now. They're kind of their own separate force that are trying to stay more independent. They're the ones that came in to help, but one of the other independent ones that what was his name, Gratianus talked to, seemed like it was going to be fine to travel through, was betrayed, it seemed like. So I'm curious about that development and everything. Okay, so I think I'm starting to understand it. I just gotta try to remember it for next time. Maybe I'll write in my notes. Let's see. I'm gonna write down King Sweyn, because I never wrote down. I wrote down King Sweyn, but I never said of Denmark is what I want to put down. So that way, in my notes, I have King Sweyn of Denmark. I have King Harold of Norway, and then once I get more confirmation on the King of England at this time, then I'll write that down. They said he took off, right? That's one of the, and it's coming back to me. He just left England, right? And left his people there to fight it for him, whereas the King of Denmark like came to. Granted, he's not like fighting on the front lines, but he's not running from the battle, right? He is like out with his forces in a sense. So, but okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm curious to learn, like I said, more about. I hope we get to learn maybe more about the prince and all that, and I liked how the prince kind of looked at Thorfinn. I feel like differently, like almost in like awe that a kid this age is like not cowering in fear at the sight of what's going on. And I feel like there might be some kind of connection between the two being formed potentially in this moment where Thorfinn is probably going to protect the prince because that's what he's been hired to do, and that's usually what he does. And he's been awarded another duel at the end of it, so I'm sure he'll fight like hell. So I wonder if there will be that kind of connection and if they will manage to bond a little bit, maybe. But I know I already talked about this a little bit, but I love that Thorkel said, like, we're not going to catch up to Thorfinn. I don't know why. Like, it's so funny that he just doesn't care about anybody else but Thorfinn at this point. Like, I wonder if that's the only reason he's following at this point, right? Like, I know he loves a fight and he could just be looking for a fight and everything, but I wonder if that's, like, his main purpose is that he wants to talk to Thorfinn more. But I just, I love it. I do. I also like the whole like no understanding of love. Now I do know that like Japan has an understanding, like they understand love, but they don't use the word very much, right? Like it's not something like they don't typically say like I love you and stuff like that to their significant others and things like that. At least that's what I've heard from like other media and stuff like that. I haven't like fully researched it, but so I'm like kind of talking from a slight place of ignorance, just things I've heard and everything. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. But yeah, it's interesting that these guys have like, you know, and they're also like warriors. And I mean, I guess we did see how Thor's handled like his firstborn and everything. Like Helga was like, you have to name her, and he's like, I got better things to do. Like it seemed like there was, and Thor's was different from everyone else too, right? Like it seems like he did fall in love with his wife and kid and everything. And I guess that's where a lot of people like didn't understand him, is because it seems like the people of their culture just don't have a sense of love. They just, you know, and it's hard as like as someone who was raised with like an understanding of the concept of love. It's hard to understand not like, do they don't know the word love, right? But do they still grow affectionate to a person, or do they just like just bang everyone and anyone, and even if they have a kid with them, they don't care, or did they have like lifelong partners, but it just wasn't considered love, right? They just didn't have that word. I don't know. It's definitely like a fascinating concept. I like that they touched on it, and it's interesting having this priest along with them that can um have initiate, because like normally those discussions would never happen because they have no concept of love. They would never bring up the topic of love for the audience to be made aware that they have no concept of love, right? If that makes sense. But having this priest here, it introduces like a little bit of my concepts into their group for them to then question and mock it, so it's fun. but uh but yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to a battle next episode, and once again, I apologize for being so confused. I think the past couple episodes I've been like, are they Norwegian? Like I know they call them like Danesmen and stuff like that, and Danes and all that. But for some reason I was like, Danes, okay, what country would Danes be from, and stuff like that, and I just forgot Denmark as a word, really. And so I just went with Norway, and then I think I've been trying to avoid saying what country they're from because I didn't know. And then this episode, I think I mentioned Norway, and I know I was completely wrong. So, but anyway, settled now, I think, I hope. But thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. You can see 2 episodes ahead on there. Link is in the description below. Should be popping up on the screen. Check it all out if you're interested. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye.